Writing, 12 listening, 12 speaking, 12 reading, a complete 12 out of 12. This was the result of this student after using my tips, techniques, and structures, and of course his intelligence. But here's the thing, you can get the same score. You might not need it, you might just need 10 plus, which is what a lot of you do. But there is a guaranteed, a simple way. It's very, very structured, and that's what I'm going to go over today with you. If you follow these steps, you can get scores just like this student, and you don't have to be Superman to get there. You just have to follow these steps. Now I'm going to break down this video into 3 parts. One is the uncontrolled strategy, and some people like this when they don't like a format. The second is the controlled strategy, and the third is the guaranteed strategy, which I'll talk about towards the end. It's actually very simple. Now, starting with the uncontrolled strategy. If you just want a bunch of tips, tutorials, videos, resources, here's what you got to do. Check out our YouTube channel. We have more than 1,000 videos on CELPIP, the most packed CELPIP channel on YouTube, and anything online. There's nothing like this. Nothing compares. You can check all our videos, as many as you can, before the exam preparation. We cover a wide range of topics, writing, speaking, listening, reading, and you will see different strategies from all sorts of perspectives. So that's one. You can also check out our blog, which is also included in the description in one of the links. Go to the blog, you will see free mock tests there, free strategies, free everything written down, and again, hundreds and hundreds of blog posts, the most blog posts on CELPIP anywhere you'll find. And the third thing is using mock tests, which you will also be able to find on our website at www.hzadeducation.com. This is also under the description. So this is listed in the first section. This is the uncontrolled preparation. Here are the resources, and there are plenty. Go ahead and watch the videos, review the blog, and check the mock tests and practice. Go ahead and do that. Now, you could be really, really advanced in doing that. However, you need to get into the controlled strategy. If you have a week, 2 weeks, or 2 months, you gotta plan wisely and use your time carefully. So here is the first step of the controlled strategy. And in the description, you're gonna find this under the controlled strategy. The first step, the link, the second step, the link, everything I'm saying, you'll find the links for all of these things in the description. Now, if you're a first-time test taker, or you don't know what your next exam might look like, you wanna experience the CELPIP exam's difficulty and see the interface, how it plays out in the actual exam, do mock tests. At least do one. Cover every module, reading, listening, writing, speaking. There is a free interface we have with free tests. Click there, register there, and check out this mock test 1, 2, or as many as you want. There are multiple there. But at least start with one so you have some idea of what you can expect in the actual exam. The next thing you want to do is understand writing and speaking. These modules are tricky, and people lose a lot of marks here if not well prepared. Before I point you out to how you can prepare for it, you gotta check out the examiner marking criteria for this. So I have included a link here. This is step 2, where you can go on the official CELPIP website, check out how writing and speaking are marked exactly. Because when I tell people, hey, you did not follow this examiner marking criteria, they usually ignore it because they think I'm just joking or it's not important. And that is why I want you to see the actual examiner marking criteria. Read it so you understand why everything I say is so important and why everything there on the marking scheme are things that you have to pay attention to. Now, coming to our third step in our control strategy is reviewing writing and speaking templates. I have included the video links for these right there in the description. But it's not just the templates, it's the structure that I teach you in these videos, how you have to structure your responses for each part, each question in writing and speaking, how you can control timing and your words, and how to make them good quality while using words and phrases that give you high marks, aka the templates. Make sure to apply them and make sure to review the content in these videos. Now for writing and speaking, there are a few things you want to pay attention to. In writing, you want to pay attention to the structure and most importantly, task response. If you lose marks by a lot and you were surprised, it's most likely the task response mistake. So you want to make sure you look at the question at the start, make an outline, takes 2 to 3 minutes, either write the outline down or think about it in your head and then start your answer. Missing task response is a big problem in writing. In writing also, you want to make sure you proofread because it's writing. You cannot do it in speaking. You can in writing, and the examiner wants you to do that because you will be marked on punctuation and grammar, plus your sentence structures. So make sure to give yourself that proofreading time. Also, try wherever possible to use more advanced words and phrases. You have to be a little more critical here in writing compared to speaking, because in writing, you can go back and fix some words and make them better. In speaking, you can't. So the examiner is more critical in writing, and rightfully so. Now, when it comes to speaking, a lot of the same rules apply, except punctuation, obviously, we don't need that. However, that is replaced by tone in speaking. Make sure the tone is natural or formal or informal based on the question you're answering. Make sure to also not have ums or fillers. Make sure to have good pauses between sentences and between your words and phrases wherever needed. Make sure to use good adjectives, good vocabulary, and a range of sentences and broad range of grammatical structures. Same goes for writing as well. Also, make sure in speaking you always have some buffer time towards the end, because 80% of you usually struggle to finish on time. Usually you go over. If you go over, you're losing marks on the conclusion because you're not doing it. The recording stops. So leave at least 5 seconds before the finish to make sure you have some buffer. And if you go over a limit, at least you had that buffer and you can fill up that space. Here's something you're really gonna like, and we do this for free for everybody. You can now send us your writing and speaking for free feedback at info@HZadeducation.com. The email is in the description. In fact, this is your next step. You want to know what marks you're going to get based on your level in the real exam. So send us your work. Our experts, our CELPIP experts, the best in Canada by far, are going to be the ones giving you a free evaluation. We check one test for free. So email those to us, speaking recordings and writings, preferably in a doc format, not in a PDF, or pages format is fine. Send that over. We'll tell you what you need to work on. Now, let's get into the next big part, which is reading and listening. So guys, with reading and listening, first you got to understand the parts, the structure, and then you got to understand the strategies. Strategies are tons. There are just lots of strategies and lots of ways to look at it. And the reason for that is for different questions, different strategies work, and for different people, different strategies work. So your job is to review as many strategies as you can that will provide. And once you do them, you see what fits best for you and what works best for you. So the first thing is, in the next step, again, this is all in the description. There's a link here for our CELPIP study guide, which is free. Click there, you'll be directed to a guide that covers all 4 modules. But here at this moment, I want you to focus on reading and listening. It first shows you the parts, the structure of the reading and listening exams in CELPIP, and then it tells you for each part what kind of strategy you need to apply. Read this entire guide and understand it. Once you do, then I want you to have a visual of me attending some of these reading and listening questions. How you will see that? That's the next step. That is for you to check out our reading playlist and our listening playlist for CELPIP with many videos here on YouTube that detail how to apply different strategies and different types of questions in reading and listening. Make sure to study that in detail and get an idea of all these wonderful strategies. At this point, you have covered all modules really well. What you want to do now is go back to our platform of free mock tests. Check it out and now attempt these mock tests again. This time, at this point, your results should be better than when you initially started, and you should be able to apply all the strategies that you learned throughout the previous steps. If you're good at this point, go ahead and book your exam. You are ready. If not, you can contact us. We provide customized feedback through our live CELPIP classes with, once again, the best CELPIP experts, teachers, trainers in Canada. You can reach out to us via email. Email is, guess what, in the description. And that brings us to the end of our controlled strategy, a controlled practice method that you can spread out over 5 days, over 5 weeks, or 5 months. And you can do this all yourself. This is all free of cost with a little bit of help from us, which is also complimentary. But again, if you take classes, they will be charged if you decide to proceed with those. However, there is another method, which I was referring to earlier, the guaranteed improvement method, where you guarantee an improvement of 2 to 4 points or your money back. And yes, I'm referring to our CELPIP 15-hour self-paced course. This is internet's best-selling course. It has sold more than 70,000 copies. At this point, it has numerous 5-star reviews, and what it includes is a lot. I can't even go over this in this video, so I'm including a link for that in our last approach in the description that says guaranteed result improvement. Check out our course. If you fail, our guarantee is we're going to refund your money. You have 30 days to ask for a full refund, which is how much confidence we have in this product. It comes with practice tests. You have more access to us for feedback, and you get all strategies in lectures listed so you don't hit in the dark. You study with the right steps from the very get-go. Don't have any doubts, have a focused and step-by-step curriculum, and go towards a wonderful score. Check it out in the description. If you have any comments, email, comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope this helps you with your CELPIP preparation journey.